Hi everyone. Today we are going to revise pronouns and its types. So as you know, the pronoun is a word we use in place of a noun. Let us consider an example. Ram is a good boy. Ram is in class 8th. Ram writes neatly. So what is repeating in these three sentences? The noun Ram. So instead of using Ram again and again, what we can do is we can replace Ram in the later part of the sentences with the pronoun he, as Ram is a boy. So this we call pronoun which we use in place of a noun. For example, I, it, he, she, mine, his, hers, we, they. All these are what pronoun. Now let's quickly move on to the types of pronouns. So there are basically 10 types of pronoun. Number 1, personal pronoun. Number 2, emphatic pronoun. Number 3, reflexive pronoun. Number 4, demonstrative pronoun. Number 5, distributive pronoun. Relative pronoun. Number 6. Number 7, exclamatory pronoun. Number 8, possessive pronoun. Number 9, interrogative pronouns. And number 10, indefinite pronoun. So now let's quickly revise all these types in brief. So number 1 is personal pronouns. From the name itself, you can make out that it is used, it is the pronoun which we use for ourselves. Like whichever pronoun includes us, we call it personal pronoun. So it refers to a particular person or a group or thing. For example, I means I includes you, right? You're talking about when you talk about yourself, you do use I. Then another type is me, mine, we, us, etc. So all these are personal pronoun when you count yourself, right? We call it personal pronoun. Now personal pronoun are of two types, subject pronoun and object pronoun. Now what is a subject pronoun? Now subject pronoun is a pronoun that acts as a subject of the sentence. If you've done subject and predicate, you might be knowing that subject is something that we talk about. Like for example, I would like to go to the party. So I is the subject here. Why? Because we are talking about the pronoun I. Clear? Then he left office early today. So we are talking about he. What is the subject here? He. That we call subject personal pronoun. Another type is object personal pronoun. Now what is pronoun? It is a pronoun that acts as an object of a verb on which the work is done. Like she praised me for a job done well. So she is the subject and who's being praised? Me. The me becomes the object. Clear? Now let us move on to the types of personal pronoun. So there are basically three types of personal pronoun: first person, second person and third person. Let us quickly jump on to the three types. First person includes basically the speaker or the writer, or to a group that includes the speaker or a writer. For example, I, me, my, we, us, our. All these are first person. Then second person is when you talk about somebody else, when you refer to someone else, we call it second person. In second person we only have two categories, you and yours. Then third person includes uh, some different groups or some different speaker when you address to someone else. For example, he, him, his, hers, she, they, them, theirs, it, its, they, them. All these are what? Second person and third person. Right, now second and third person done. Now coming to emphatic pronoun. See, emphatic and reflexive pronoun we'll do together. Why? Because these pronouns are kind of so emphatic pronoun is basically what? When it emphasizes on the preceding noun. Emphatic pronoun is a pronoun that emphasizing on the preceding noun. For example, she herself cooked the food. Now herself word is what? Emphasizing on the noun she, that the food is cooked by that person. So how can we tell that the word herself after the noun she is emphasizing it? Another example, they themselves completed the work. So in emphatic pronoun we use the pronoun directly after the noun or the subject, whereas in reflexive pronoun it is used basically it is used as an object to refer to a previously named noun or a pronoun. Like I can serve myself, I can do it myself. So these are what it is reflecting back the action, like who's doing it? I, right? Now coming to the demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun basically includes, right? So it is defined as a pronoun that points to a particular noun or to a group of to the noun it replaces. For example, she gifted me that pen. So it is talking about that particular pen, right? These are my pets. So these is emphasizing on those particular number of pets, right? So we call it demonstrative pronoun. Now coming to distributive. Now distributive pronoun is basically, it refers to the members of a group individually rather than collectively. For example, neither of you answer is correct, right? You may bring any of your friends to the party. Everyone has to answer the question. So everyone has to answer the question. Every one of you has to answer the question means what? Or each one of you has to answer the question means what? That we are referring to each and every individual belonging to a particular group. So that we call distributive pronoun. Why? Because we distribute things, we can distribute things to a large group there when we talk about it individually. Now coming to indefinite pronoun. Now indefinite pronoun basically what? When the number is not clear, when the number is not specified, it is unspecified, be it person or a thing. For example, all were treated well. For example, all were treated well. Now all is indefinite. How many people are there, right? Now someone should take him home. Now someone means anyone. It is referring to any one of you. Like I can even use any one of you can answer. Now I am not referring to any one particular boy or a girl, but it is open to all of you. So that is indefinite pronoun. Now moving on to the relative pronoun, which is very important type of pronoun. And now what relative pronoun is? Basically it is a pronoun that introduces a relative clause and has to the preceding noun. Now whenever you talk about a noun and you basically use a pronoun connecting two parts of sentences, we call it relative pronoun. For example, I like Seema, who also likes me. And now I can write this sentence like I like Seema, full stop, she likes me. Now how will you join these two sentences? By using a relative pronoun, which is who, right? So it will be I like Seema, who also likes me. Another example, this is the place that Tukaram would like to visit. Now always remember who, that, and also sometimes you also use which for persons, whereas that and which you only use for things and animals. And whenever you specify one particular thing, you use that. It can be thing or person, and whenever the number is not specified or the something is not specified, we use which. Moving on to the last category of pronoun, that is interrogative pronoun. Now from the name itself, interrogative means questioning, right? It will end with a question mark whenever you introduce a question, like who are you, who are you, right? Who is what? Interrogative pronoun. Where do you live? Now where is what? Interrogative pronoun. So whenever you ask a question, that is interrogative. Now the second last category is exclamatory pronoun. Exclamatory is whenever you exclaim or express your feelings or emotions, we call it exclamatory pronoun. Like what? Will I have to wait for another hour? Like first you're exclaiming what, right? So that is what expression. So we call it exclamatory pronoun. Now possessive pronoun is what that tells us who certain things, who certain thing belongs to, right? For example, that dress is mine. So that dress belongs to me. So this mine words tells us what? It is a possessive pronoun. Like who possesses that dress? Me or mine we call it. But right, that dress is mine is what? It is.
Pronouns and kinds of pronouns. While we speak or write, we avoid repeating the same noun. We use some other word. A pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. Thus, pronouns are substitutes for nouns to avoid repetition. Kinds of pronouns. Pronouns can be classified into the following types. First, personal pronouns. Second, possessive pronouns. Third, reflexive pronouns. Fourth, emphatic pronouns. Fifth, demonstrative pronouns. Sixth, indefinite pronouns. Seventh, interrogative pronouns. Eighth, relative pronouns. Personal pronouns. A pronoun which stands for a person or thing is called a personal pronoun. Personal pronouns are of three types. A. The first person. The pronouns which refer to the person or persons speaking are of the first person. Examples: I, we, mine, ours, me, us. B. The second person. The pronouns which refer to the person or persons spoken to are of the second person. Examples: you, yours. C. The third person. The pronouns which refer to the persons or things spoken of are of the third person. Examples: he, she, it, him, his, her, its, they, them, theirs. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are used instead of nouns for showing possession. Examples: this book is mine. That bag is his. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns refer to the same person or persons as the subject of the verb. Examples: the cat washed itself. They laughed at themselves. She often talks to herself. Enjoy yourselves, boys. Emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns are used along with nouns or pronouns for the sake of emphasis. Examples: the mother herself visited the school. We ourselves served the guests. The town itself is not very large. They themselves went there. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are used for pointing out the object or objects to which they refer. This and these refer to things near at hand. That and those refer to things at a distance. Examples: this is a present from my brother. That is my bike. These are her books. Those are your books. Indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns: some, few, many, all, one, none, refer to persons or things in a general way. Examples: many of these eggs are rotten. Few escaped unhurt. None of these apples is ripe. All are not sick. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns always introduce questions: who, which, what. Examples: who spoiled my drawing book? Which is your house? What are you doing? Who has a different form in the objective and possessive cases. Objective case: whom. Possessive case: whose. Whom did you see? Whose bag is this? Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns: who, whom, whose, which, and that join two sentences and refer to nouns coming before them. Examples: this is the boy who stood first in the class. This is the boy whose leg was broken in the accident. The lady whom you met at the door is my aunt. Rachita has found the purse which she had lost.